Okay, hello. Welcome to today's event. We're going to uh, be answering a question that a lot of folks have about how to get involved with Sugar Labs. So um, I'm going to go over a few things, answer, the most frequently asked questions in terms of like how to get involved, um, where to go to get your questions answered, as well as some of the benefits of helping out. And I think we might have some volunteers uh, hopping on the call in, sometime during this event. Um, okay, so I did get a slideshow together. So again, here's the 4 points. What sorts of help we need, the things that you can learn by helping out, how to get involved, and some of the things that we expect, would come out of a coordinated effort of helping with the Sugar Labs community. So first of all, if you're not aware of what Sugar Labs is, it's a US-based 501c3 nonprofit with a global mission to create educational opportunities and technology to youth around the world. You can visit our website to see, a little bit more about what that means. We're certainly, a community without borders. There's people all over the globe whose lives have been affected positively by Sugar Labs and the work that we've been doing. So, if you're like me, you might be, doing good work, and you might be wondering, if the work that you're doing has, really the impact that it could have. So I've got this picture of Mark Dobson that I found on Wikimedia. You can certainly do a lot of great things on your own. You can, certainly, play the drums while playing the guitar, while singing, while doing the harmonica, or the analogous, development, set of things. But we can do more together. Part of this is looking at what Sugar Labs is. Are we a one-man band? Certainly not. Are we a group of one-man bands? Certainly not. Are we a conducted orchestra, like in this picture? Well, we could have one person, up front conducting everything, and perhaps this is getting a little bit closer to what we want. But it doesn't quite feel like the Sugar Labs style yet. Mayhaps this is it. I think this is getting a little bit closer. Everyone's certainly involved. The person at centers, playing the lute. We've got singers. But I think there's even more we could be doing together. So then that brings us to what Duke Ellington's doing with his band in this picture. So Duke Ellington was known to move from conducting to playing the piano, to doing basically whatever needed to be done for the band, while each member of the band was highly competent, skilled at what they wanted to do, passionate about what they they do, and they all work together in a coordinated way to make great music together. I think this is a little bit closer to what what the Sugar Lab style is here. So that brings us to help wanted. So what sorts of things we need your help with? So we certainly all want to work together to create something great, and we believe that Sugar Labs is the way to accomplish that. The way I think we can do that most effectively is to coordinate our efforts to get the maximum benefit. And that's, both for ourselves as well as for the broader community. So what is our community? What is the Sugar Labs community? So it works at so many different levels. And I tried my best to get, some photos that are representative of all the different levels that we work at. Oh, I see, Ignacio, you were able to join. Can you just say hi as kind of an initial mic check, and we'll.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Great. It's great to have you. Do we have you for a little while?
I think so. I'm in a meeting right now, but I think that might be canceled. So.
Okay. Just in case you have to leave abruptly for your meeting, because I know everyone's busy. Maybe you can just quickly introduce yourself and what sorts of things you did in Sugar Labs, and
let me
what you're doing today.
My camera. So I started at the age of 11, joining the Sugar Labs IRC channels. We used to use that. And then I started to contribute to Sugar Labs because I had my one laptop per child computer that was given by the government called Tanseval. So during the years, I was able to contribute through the code, make activities and stuff like that. And I also got to participate in Google Coding. I won it twice. I then joined as a board member. And then I slowly become more like an adult and had to leave things behind because work life is like kind of complicated to have balance and time for open source. But I follow things that Sugar Lab does, so it's really nice.
Great. Would you say that Sugar Labs helped you, learn some of the skills that you have today?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I guess like even my English, I think that thanks to Sugar Labs, I think my English is to a level that I can talk with you right now. And I feel confident doing that. Things that didn't I had before. On like getting ready to talk with anyone and don't be shy to ask questions that people think that they are dumb questions, but they are just questions. And it really taught me that there's always someone else who knows more about you about the topic that you're talking. So yeah, that's what it taught me. There is a community behind, and you can always ask for help, and nobody's going to take you as you're being don't know stuff and things like that.
Awesome. That's really great to hear. Yeah, I think a lot of people that come in, they're they're a little bit hesitant with their questions, like what you were saying. Also, it's hard for people to like kind of contextualize. Okay, so from this one point of me like joining the chat, and introducing myself or asking a few questions, where is this going to take me? By the end of the year, or next year or 5 years or something like that. But that's great to hear that you also have like this unexpected result of learning, and improving your English.
Yeah, well, part of all the community helped me on that.
Yeah.
And I guess it also helped me to see what the open source community is and like how you can really improve your code and stuff like that. And I also got to meet many people. Like I got to meet Walter Bender, who was like I think was the president at the moment on Sugar Labs. And to be honest, till this day, I see him as a mentor because I think with him, I learned that nothing is impossible if you really work for it. And with patience, I think you can just get there.
Awesome. Great. So, yeah, I'll kind of continue my presentation, but if you want to like chime in at any point,
Yeah,
please
I'm
do
going to
so.
wrap up because I have a meeting, but
Okay. Well, I'm glad
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
Devin.
Yeah, so a few volunteers, like Ignacio, who just spoke, said that they might be able to drop in and say hello and share, how they participated in Sugar Labs in the past. So we might get a few more folks coming on the call. So yeah, so I think that was kind of illustrative of this point right here. But our community works at different levels. We've got students, teachers, developers, and those are not at all like mutually exclusive. You might have, developers who are also teaching, also learning, and any combination of all of these. We've got public schools, after school and summer programs that are using Sugar Labs activities and the desktop environment, as well as school districts. There's also, parents, mentors. Ignacio mentioned, the importance of mentorship in his journey towards learning through Sugar Labs. And we also have what I would call researchers. Again, none of these are like mutually exclusive. So, students, learning more about their own learning, as well as teachers and developers learning more about, how we can do what we're doing even better. So join the band, join the band and learn. So again, I have to thank Wikimedia for this awesome photo. So there's a few, main places that you can help. You can help with, by giving technical assistance. For example, we have a static site made with Jekyll, which I'm learning. And you could learn that as well. And that in turn would help, Sugar Labs. And then there's many other aspects there. You can help with, getting the word out. Also documenting and storytelling as part of that effort of getting the word out. We are looking for an elections coordinator. That's a very specific role, and if you're interested in that, you do have to send in a little bit of your history and like a letter of intent. And you have to be an active member of the Sugar Labs community. And I'm also looking for, assistance with, events like this that you're watching. So you can learn how to, conduct events like this behind the scenes, if you like. And there's so much more. If you want the complete list, you can go here on our wiki and look for help wanted. There's a much longer and more detailed list. So the second part, learn by helping. So what can you learn by helping out? So again, you could go to that list, you can find a task. I recommend finding something challenging but achievable. And you can problem solve. You can try to find solutions. And when you get stuck, you can ask, just like Ignacio shared with us, when he was in the chat room, asking questions that he wasn't sure if those were, silly questions, but they were just questions. I like the way he put that. So you can, if you get stuck after, trying a few things, ask, and we're here to help. And I couldn't, this section wouldn't have been complete without adding this quote by Cynthia Solomon, one of the co-creators of the Logo programming language. Debugging is the learning opportunity of the 21st century. As part of, for example, the, technical things that we need help with, you can help with the development of any number of our various activities and educational programs. You can help, find bugs, report those bugs, try to figure out, how those, under what circumstances those bugs behave, for example. Eventually you might even learn, what's involved in terms of, fixing those bugs and, rewriting the code so that you can fix those bugs on your own eventually. We have, plenty of opportunities for, learners to get like real hands-on experience, with problem solving, debugging, specific to, programming, and also just, all the various, tasks and roles that are necessary to having a successful and vibrant community. Okay, so how to help. And this kind of goes back to one of the things that Ignacio shared with us when he spoke. One of the things he mentioned was that he joined the chat. So at that time, we were using IRC. We still have an IRC channel on Libera Chat. Nowadays, we direct people to Matrix. There's the link right there that you can use to get signed up and registered for Matrix. You can also ask questions on our mailing list. So you go to lists.sugarlabs.org, and these are easy to sign up for. You get and you can, once you're signed up, you can ask your question there and get help with whatever it is you're working on. And teachers, we invite you, and parents, you can go there if you're having trouble with any particular program, or you're looking for lesson plans or something. You can ask on any one of these lists, and we're happy to help you in whatever way. Or maybe you made a lesson plan and you want to share it with us. That's a good place to do so as well. One of the ways that you can join the conversation is, you can find our code on GitHub. So go to github.com/sugarlabs. So you can download the code if you want to, participate that way. You can, if you find any bugs, for example, it's easy with GitHub to submit bug reports. You could also submit bug reports, via the chat or the mailing list, but it's just easier for the developers if, it's right there where they're working on the code. So if you want to get involved that way, I encourage you to look at that. And if you just want to participate by following us on social media, you can do that as well. So we have, various social media presences, one of which is on Mastodon. So you can go here and you can toot. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, here on YouTube, and LinkedIn as well. Okay, so let's say that you're helping, you're learning things, you're getting things done. With that coordinated effort, what are the expected outcomes? So pulling all these pieces together will help Sugar Labs, increase the, awareness of, what we're doing, what our mission is. And it can be as simple as, telling your story, documenting your work. So, for example, this year, for this summer, we're having all of our interns through Google Summer of Code and Code for GovTech write blog posts. And then also next week, they're going to do a video broadcast just like this, sharing, the work that they're going to do over the summer. So these things, will help, the broader, vaster community, understand, more what Sugar Labs is doing right now. It can be micro blogs. It doesn't, and short form media. So, even just like a photo of what you're doing in a classroom using like a sugar activity or sugarizer or music blocks, and posting that just to show others what you're doing. And as an organization, we're trying to do a better job of, producing that sort of media and also, boosting and sharing that when we see it. So feel free to, tag us on anything so that we can, help, share that. So that's one expected positive outcome. Another one is development of new tools for learning. As well as materials such as lesson plans. So, for example, Music Blocks now has over 200 contributors. So if you can imagine, that's like, hundreds of people, just like yourself, who have made contributions, anything from, a translation to improvement of the documentation, to sometimes just a bug report, which is really helpful, to to creating that's the next one I was thinking of. The mouse image in the middle was created by, I believe she was a Google Coding student. I believe she was about like 14 years old. Which is still there today, about 7 years after she created it, to a feature, a more robust feature. So that's 200 different contributors, all contributing at various levels, but having that taking that agency and sense of ownership in the project itself. So that they have something that they can point to and say, that was my contribution, which is a really important part of, our philosophy here at Sugar Labs. Ignacio mentioned this, but mentorship. So mentorship to foster capable individuals within our community. You know, I think this is one of the most valuable things that we do. You know, we don't get to 200 contributors for one, you know, project, you know, and these are contributors that are, you know, high school, college age. You know, we don't get there by, you know, coddling them or excluding them. We bring them into our community. We give them achievable tasks, but challenging tasks, and we mentor them so that they can achieve these goals. And you know, we prop them up so that they can, you know, do more and more with, you know, proper scaffolding and so forth. So we're really proud of that as an organization. And then the last point I have here is, you know, for positive impacts is deployment, research, and reflection. So, you know, engage with schools that are using, you know, either Sugarizer, Sugar Desktop, any of the activities, music blocks, turtle blocks. You know, find out what their needs are. You know, how we can, you know, tune the tool to work for their needs. And improve the way that we're doing things so that you know, the greater educational community can benefit from that. So yeah, so that's basically it. Oh, so here is the so once you get onto Matrix, and I think you need to get an account. It's been a long time since you've done this, but you go to this link right here. https://matrix.to and sugar:/matrix.org. All of this information, by the way, is on our website, www.sugarlabs.org. And if you have any questions about that, you know, if you're still a little bit confused, stuck, you can send us an email at info@sugarlabs.org. That's basically it. So I just wanted to present that. I also wanted to say that you know, we are going to continue doing these events online. So like I mentioned earlier, next week we're going to have Google Summer of Code and Code for GovTech students present what they're going to be working on over the summer. That's going to continue the week after because we have so many great interns over the summer. Yeah, so I thank you for your time and attention, and I hope that this becomes a helpful resource for getting started with Sugar Labs. Again, I just wanted to ask one of our most frequently asked questions, you know, how can I get started? How can I help? Okay, so that's it for today. Let me see if there's, yeah, I don't see any questions here. Okay, have a great day. Bye.